Hey, is that Hannah?
Hi, yeah.
Hey, yes, from Brothers. How's things?
Oh, hi, fine, thanks. You?
Yeah, good. How's your day?
Busy?
This is,
Another working day?
yeah.
Yeah.
You're the lady that's got the horses, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And you work in the feed shop, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
No problem at all. So have you got time for a quick chat?
Yeah?
Perfect.
Yeah, not for work tonight.
Oh, you're off here. Happy days.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Oh,
the
you went
night.
to the bar last night, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Been at
Okay.
work all day,
My brain does kind of work again now and again.
yeah.
Okay, well listen, I'm not sure if we've covered this already, but do you know where the gym is?
Near Sainsbury's, what you said?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Our times of availability are we've got Monday to Sunday. Monday to Friday is like 9:30 in the morning, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 at night. And we've got Saturday and
Yeah.
Sunday mornings, and people generally train with us at least twice, preferably 3 times a week. That kind of work for you, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
No problem at all. Okay, well listen, what's the motivation? What inspired you to get in touch with us, Hannah? How can we help you?
So I saw your advert on Facebook,
Mhm.
and like I guess I'm struggling with sort of getting myself motivated to do something,
Yeah,
and sort of, yeah, get started really. So
gotcha.
thought I'd have a look and see
Gotcha.
what you
Okay.
do.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I suppose as an overview of what we do is that we help people like pretty much like yourself. I'd say like I think the same for last night. Like 80% of people who come on board with us who kind of struggle with sort of maybe have done stuff in the past, been fairly fit, and then it's kind of lost the mojo for one reason or another. Maybe started a family, started a job, relocated, stuff like that. And what we do is we work with a bit, help them to sort of put them in a wee bubble for a short period of time, and that helps them sort of get back on track. So that would be kind of an overview of what we do. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my role within the business then would be to spend, say, 15 minutes with somebody on a call. They would just get some clarity as to exactly what they wanted. And if they were a good fit, if they were kind of ready to take action, if they were, and I felt like we could serve them, I'd say, listen, I reckon we could get the result in this sort of time frame. This is how much the
Yeah.
investment is. Should we move forward? And we can have that discussion. If I feel as though it's probably not a good fit at the moment, or you can be better served elsewhere, I'll certainly redirect you. So,
Right. Okay.
just for my own clarity, if you don't mind me asking, what's your current age, weight, and height?
So I'm 23.
Hmm.
Height, God, 5'5",
Yeah,
maybe 5'6".
yeah,
And that's 14 stone at the moment, so
gotcha.
not too happy with that.
And what's your dress size, if you don't mind me asking?
Uh, Around about 14.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sometimes 12, my new 14.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, and if I was to sort of take the timelines out of the equation and give you the perfect result, what would that look like?
So I would like to be back in my size 10 clothes.
Yeah.
Um, mm, I'm not especially concerned about, like, 'cause obviously if I had more muscle,
Hmm.
obviously that weight more.
Yeah.
So I'm not concerned especially about my weight, but I just want to be back in like a comfortable size 10
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
like fit and healthy, really.
Gotcha. Okay, well, when you were a size 10 in the past, were you quite muscular, or were you just as you were? Had you been doing any weight training?
No, I haven't done any weight training. I only had sort of probably my leg muscles more than anything from riding horses, but
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
yeah, no, I hadn't really done any weight training, I think.
Okay. Can you remember when you were a size 10, just for my own clarity, what sort of scale weight you were then? Rough ballpark figure?
It was probably about 10 and a half stone.
10 and a half, yeah. So if we said, sort of ballpark figures, maybe 11 stone would be like a toned view at a size 10.
Yeah.
Would that be ballpark figures, a rough sort of estimate?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so we generally do like 4 to 6 week intensives. Now, if I could get maybe a stone off within the shorter of the challenges, and maybe a stone and a half off in the longer challenges,
Hmm.
would that be sort of, would you consider that success as something to start, maybe drop me down
Yeah.
to like a type 12, maybe a
Yeah, I sort of prefer to go by the dress size. Obviously, weight, like, quite a thing I'm not really happy with, but it's more like how I feel in
yeah,
like in my clothes sort of thing. So yeah, like if I could drop a dress size in that time, that would definitely be good.
Gotcha. I'm hearing you. That's perfect. And you mentioned you've been quite busy or you lack of motivation. When have you done any sort of exercise other than the sort of manual work you do in work in the last month, say?
I've had quite a busy month. I had been going to the gym a couple of times a week. I haven't been for a couple of months just because of life's been sort of so busy and again like it's getting that motivation to actually go after a long day at work and stuff. So, but I do obviously with the horses I'm there twice a day, every day. Riding, mucking out, like there's all physical stuff. Obviously riding's a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sort of the extent of it at the moment.
Yeah, gotcha. So it's like fairly robust manual work, just keeping you taking over maybe, but not quite where you need to be, yeah? Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my actual fitness that I couldn't run at all.
Yeah, gotcha. You're good with like, what do you call it, like a fork for getting rid of the hay and for mucking out, but you know, when you couldn't get like do a decent run or anything like that, you couldn't like maybe do a mile run or, gotcha.
Oh no, definitely not.
Gotcha.
No.
No problem at all. So what I want to do is I just want to get some clarity as to kind of what's happening on a nutritional level. So give me like a typical day in terms of main meals and snacks. So say what would breakfast look like?
So probably like Weetabix in the morning, at work, on a normal day. Lunch varied really. It's been like I just in that mind frame at the moment. I think I really want to, really want to eat healthy, really want to stick to it, and sometimes I end up getting sort of a microwave meal, which is not ideal. Sometimes I'll have like vegetable soup, so and it's beddings in that, so like calorie wise. I don't eat meat, so I do eat fish. Dinner would be so I eat like corned meat. So I should be like, I don't know, bolognese or like fish and vegetables, potatoes, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dinner's generally relatively healthy.
Yeah. What about in terms of snacking? Is there snacks during the day or the evening time? And if so, what they do?
At work, yeah. Like biscuits and stuff that you think you're just there and you end up eating them or like chocolate and stuff. Which it's not all the time, but it's more often than I'd like to, more than I really want to eat. But for some reason I don't stop myself. So, but then when I'm not at work, like if I've got a busy day, like I'll forget to eat almost. So it's almost like a boredom thing, like when it's there.
Gotcha. So
but then saying that, like, but then so a while ago I did Herbalife and we went on it and I was really motivated and I absolutely 100% stuck to it for 2 months. It's just sort of when you see that there's results and it spurs you on to carry on going, I think. But then I think then I lose the weight, I get comfortable and then I end up putting it all back on again because I've got comfortable again. So I need to sort of get there and then keep myself in that mind frame, I think. I think that's one of my main issues.
Yeah. I think with something like meal replacement, like Herbalife it's by definition, it's quite short term. You can't live on shakes for the rest of your life. It's just got no vitamins, minerals that are natural. It's a lot of, they probably fortify it with vitamins and things like that, but your body just needs the good stuff, if you know what I mean. And
and it's expensive as well to keep that up. So that's another reason why I haven't gone back to that again. So I can't afford to.
Gotcha. I totally get that. Well, listen, I totally agree with what you're saying. If you haven't, what you're saying there about, picking the biscuits up and things like that, the reason that you do it, from my understanding as a coach who's been doing it a long time, is because you haven't got that sense of direction, that goal set. You haven't got like a weekly goal, like a long-term goal for you to say, listen, it'd be a different atmosphere if you came on board with us, whereby like that you're going to get away in the end of the week. You've got a goal that we've set you on this call, and then you've got like the results are like 1,000 little decisions over a day. And if you make 900 right ones and 100 wrong ones, you'll get it. If you make 400 right ones and 600 wrong ones, you won't. So once you've got that mind shift, like you talk about, then you will get the result, because you sound like you can do it with because you've stuck with something like meal.
That's the most annoying thing. I really do piss myself off. I mean, like, I know I can do it. I've done it before, and I'm just not. I think, I don't know why, because I am unhappy with it, and it's stopping me, like, I don't know, doing other things I want to do, because I think, when I've lost weight, I'll do that, and then I don't, and then I don't do the stuff. So it's something I just need to, get on.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right,
Yeah, I totally read you. And I think the way that we do things slightly different is we just give you the blueprint for success. You don't necessarily, after you finish the intensive, you can sort of pick out the things that work for you. And instead of you going like full cycle, that you're sort of heading back towards complacency a wee bit and all the bad habits keeping you know what you can get away with, know what you can't, you know what optimally exercise-wise you should be doing, you know what a good week looks like and things like that, rather than having to like, slowly do a ditch back to Herbalife, but you can't just sustain that. If that you couldn't say for the next 30 years, I'm just going to be doing shakes, even if you found out the recipes and cut the costs on it, because it's just not healthy and it's just not how the human body works. You can't just like go into the supermarket, just ignore all the food, and there's no choice or anything like that. You know that you've got to look at it and then go back and have your shake. As human beings, we just, we like to enjoy life a wee bit as well. So gotcha. And to be honest with you, like probably the amount that you were kind of spending on Herbalife over the space of a week or something like that is probably less than the investment of this. It's probably more than the investment of this program, which includes all of the all of the exercise and things like that. So that would probably be a cool little bonus. And so I mean, you've touched on it being quite frustrating to you. I can't remember the exact words you used, but you kind of said, it's affecting you on some sort of level. So what, in terms of your physical health and mental health, what sort of impact is carrying this excess weight having on you, do you think?
Well, it makes me, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable in myself. Like social situations, like, I don't like photos being taken, and it just it does affect like my day to day life, and so I'd be a lot happier in myself if I was where I wanted to be, I think.
Yeah, I can
relate to that. I think
it
would solve like just other issues and problems, if you know what I mean. Like just in general day-to-day life, if I felt happier, I would be able to do those things, or I'd be more physically able to do those things. And so.
I mean, this is like a 23-year-old lady. You want to be all going out, and you're not no fart like yourself, who had his fun and had his family and all the rest of it. You kind of you just want to be out there, don't you? And like you said, it's I always say like it's a central thing whereby it spokes out to other aspects of your life. Like you said, the social side of things, enjoying yourself, holidays and things like that. It's just like it's always like a dark cloud hanging over you, I suppose. So to have that will free up other aspects of your life. I totally get that. And like you said, in terms of fitness, you say like you haven't got that fitness and really come on board with us. It is liberating to be physically fit as well, I think, sometimes. To have that.
So, like a couple of years ago, I did Tough Mudder, and I trained really, really hard for it. I lost quite a bit of weight then, and I was like, when I actually completed Tough Mudder, I was like, probably the most proud I've ever been of myself, like, because I never thought I'd be able to do it. And I did, and that's what I want. I want to be able to, just be proud of the fact I can do that stuff now. I could potentially then go and do another one and do it better. And I do enjoy it. It's just, it's obviously hard work, which I don't mind at all. But it's just like the achievement as well. I think I'd love to be able to do another Tough Mudder and do it better than I did before.
Gotcha. Oh, that
hurt a lot.
Yeah. That's it. So, if it was easy, like the old cliche goes, everyone would do it, wouldn't it? I've done a lot of crazy stuff in my life, and I've gone up mountains with 2 bags of cement on my back and things like that, and it's been the most disgusting stuff I've ever done. I'm a former PTI in the army, so I've always reached for the most enduring, arduous things. But as you said, it's nothing. No one can take that away from you then, can you? So it's a sense of accomplishment I can definitely relate to. So listen, I think this next question might be a little bit rhetorical because it's more maybe for people who have maybe filled in an application on a whim side of things, and the heads all scattered all over the place, and they wouldn't be a really good fit for them at this time. But the reason I ask this question is because this program is like the vehicle. Anybody can jump in it. It'll definitely deliver change, but they've got to jump in, go behind the driver's seat, turn the ignition, and embrace the nutrition, exercise side of things. And unfortunately, until somebody's hit that threshold in their own mind that they're ready to give it a go, it wouldn't be worth or wouldn't be right to bring them on board. So the question I ask people is, remind me the reason that you got in touch with us, that you applied for the ad and through the ad, and why is now the right time to drop the stress size and start to get fitter?
Well, something I just want to feel happy in myself again, and find the motivation to do it and to carry on doing it. And I think doing it with like other people as well spurs you on. Like you said, you've got a win at the end of the week. It makes you make the better choices. So it's not just doing it on your own, and it doesn't matter if you don't lose however much that week because it's only you that knows about it. So, yeah, it's definitely the right time. It's something I want to do all the time, and I think just put it off.
Yeah.
So I need to just start and have the motivation to start. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think motivation, when it's lacking, unfortunately, has to be swapped for obligation. And the one word that you haven't used there is accountability. Having other people there around you, that's accountability. Having a weigh-in at the end of the week, that's accountability. And human consistency just dictates that when you've got other people relying on you and expecting things from you, even though part of you is like in a rut, that element of human consistency pulls you out of that rut and gets you over those first couple of weeks, which you've talked about there, when you started to Herbalife, you saw the results, and that's the motivator. And that's exactly what we do. We get you through those first couple of weeks, get the motivation, swap your motivation for obligation. You get the results. That's when your self-esteem builds up, and that's when you're flying.
Yeah.
So I think you will be a good fit for the program. And we've got 2 spots left, and I think that you would be a great candidate for one of them. And what I want to do is I just want to give you some clarity about how we would get the results compared to what you're doing at the moment and in club and whatnot. So from an exercise point of view, like you said, you're probably strong, you're fairly robust and all the rest of it, but rarely does your heart rate go over maybe 70% of its max. What we need to be doing is we need to be raising your heart rate up to a level whereby it doesn't have it has to work. The body has to work in a very challenging nature. That causes you to burn a lot of calories during the workout, but post-workout as well. As a result of that, you burn a shed load of calories during the workout, post-workout, over the space of a week. Compared to, say, going out for a jog or something like that, you're going to burn 3 times as many calories. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's quite tough HIIT training in club. The second thing we do in terms of nutrition, at the moment, ballpark figures, you could be anything 6, 9, 14. On a good day without the snacks, we've not discussed things like alcohol and things like that, or hidden calories and other sources, but even just off your main meals, you're on 1,400 calories a day. So when the biscuits creep in and it could be, you could be maxing out, overeating or whatever. What we need to do is we need to give you like a blueprint of exactly what you need to be eating on a day, how much fish or other sort of veggie proteins or whatever, animal proteins, not non-animal proteins you need to be eating, your carbohydrates, your fats, and we just give you a total picture, like bang, for this intensive program, this is what you need to be eating, calories, proteins, fats, these foods are on the menu, these foods are off the menu, this is how much water you need to drink. Your body goes back into a state of harmony and you shed a load of weight. Make sense?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Third thing then is, like you said, big word, accountability. People are relying on you. People in a group all doing it together. Weekly weigh-ins. We actually take photos of your food. We literally swap that motivation for obligation during that bubble and we move you forward over a 4 or 6 week period. Make sense?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. What sort of questions have you got for me?
Cost.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the main one, I think.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, listen, the way that it breaks down is, I think I may have spoke to you about it on the phone before. Like a week's worth of coaching for us breaks down to what you pay for like an hour with a personal trainer. And by the time you've taken all the junk out of the system, out of your visa bill and all the rest of it, you probably break even, if not save money. It breaks down to about between 36 to 40 pound a week, depends on the program that you're on, and that's over the short term, obviously, not every week. Over the 28-day challenge, I would say that you would get down to a tight 12. We've got a 6-week challenge, I would say you get down to a tight 10. If we were talking about scale weight, which I know you wanted to avoid, but I just want to give you some sort of extra comparisons. So I reckon from what you've told me, I could probably get you, about probably about 10 to 12 pounds within the 28-day challenge, so a tight size 12, and probably about a stone and a half within the 6 weeks down to a size 10. The 28-day challenge all in is 149. Or we can do split payments if that looks better. And the 42-day challenge is 249. We can do split payments if that looks better. So the 4 6-week challenge, which do you think would work better for you?
I'd probably say in the 6 week. I feel like I've got quite a long way to go. When you say split payments, how does that work?
Okay, so if we could sort of work on a split payment arrangement, would you be in?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just obviously I just bought a house, so money's just quite tight. But it is something that I really need to do for myself. So it's something it's invested in myself as such. So it's not I mind spending the money. It's just like finding it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I've got an idea for you, right? What we could do is we could stick you on the 4-week challenge, which means that the investment would be less at the moment. And then as it comes to the end of the challenge, that will give you like a 4-week breather. And then what you can do then is you could maybe bolt on the extra. I mean, that might be an option for you. That's what some people do. So what I could do to stretch out the payments as well would be like we could reserve that spot today with like a placeholder deposit, which would be 50. And then what we could do is then we could organise your start date for like a week down the line, and that would free up an extra sort of week as well to sort of to get the payments together. So the way that would look would be like 50 today on your start date. It would be 24.50 to bring the split payment up, so you pay for half of the 4 weeks, and after that, then during the transformation, we could take another 74. And at the end of the 4 weeks, we could take like another 100 to get weeks 5 and 6 in, or you could come join us on the longer term, which does get a little bit cheaper anyway. But we could have a chat about that on the line,
Yeah. Okay. Is there any chance I could pay the 50 tomorrow rather than today?
Okay. Now, the probability is like one of the spots will go, but what I can do is, if you definitely want to do it, I can take your card details today, say to the gaffer, Hannah's definitely 100% on board. We could take your payment, we could load your card details in the system to take the money out tomorrow, and then we'd move on those lines. Does that sound fair enough?
Yeah, I haven't got my card on me at the moment. Can I just don't know. I've just left my purse at home, and I'm not going to be at home for another couple of hours. But when I can call you back later, or would that be too late?
What time are you thinking about?
8-ish.
8, yeah. So if I'll keep the spot open until about 8, 8-ish.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is, if you're happy enough, I mean, you talk to me about kind of where you're sitting at the moment with the money side of things, and let me know what works best for yourself.
Yeah, well, I get paid next on the 25th, so I'll have more sort of free cash then. I can pay the 50 like tomorrow, sort of thing, once I move some money around. But the split payment thing sounds fine.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably have to do the 4 week for now, and then maybe extend it.
Yeah. Okay.
Later on.
Okay.
So, how does it work? You said there's different training sessions. You don't have to be. It's not particular ones you have to be at. It's flexible, is it?
Yes, 100%. So what you could do is like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday, whatever you wanted to do. The principle of HIIT training is it's not like technical lifting where you have to maybe split your body parts up and do like a squat on a Monday or a deadlift on a Friday and upper body, lower body, things like that. That's not what it's about. It's all about maximizing, the amount of body fat that's dropping as well as toning what's underneath, in a sort of, that's the process. You don't really need to, if you went with maybe a PT, they'd say, oh yeah, let's do split body parts and legs and chest and back and thighs. And it's not like that. Toning doesn't necessarily, most of it's about nutrition, to be honest with you. And exercise is secondary. So every session will be like a warm-up mobility followed by high reps, light weights, compound movements like your squat, deadlift, push and pulls, and then we do like high tempo stuff towards the end of the session when you're really warm, and then we do a stretch up, cool down. But every session has the same sort of nuggets of truth, so to speak, but slightly different every time. So you won't be missing anything by coming on a Wednesday if you came instead of coming on a Thursday or something like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because my days off change, so it'd be good if, like say, if I can be a bit more flexible with the days, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Also, so you take on, is it like 10 people? Did you say for this thing? I think I saw.
Yeah.
At a time. So do you obviously won't be with those people every time?
Yeah.
Because if people are on different classes and stuff.
Yeah. So what we do is to overcome that, there will be sort of sessions where you'll get to know people's faces and things like that. But what we do is we set up like a private group, and then as coaches, the former clients who we call like the evangelist group and the new challengers then would all be in a sort of group together, and that's how we'd inspire each other. Sort of sharing recipes, sharing successes, offering inspiration. Sort of you can pull any questions, you can contact us directly, or you could just post it in the group, and then one of the evangelists would pick up the group or something like that, and then and that's how we move, that's how we all orientate together through the process. But yeah, we take on 10 new starts. Some people say, thanks for the memories, I'm out of here, I've got what I wanted, and other people then would stay on. So doing a session, you might be training with the new starts, or there might be one or two stragglers who loved it and they want to stay on for a wee bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And what was I going to say? Oh, so you said obviously like preferably 3 times a week, but maybe 2 or whatever. Can you do more than 3, or is it you limited to how many times you can go?
We say do 3 strength and conditioning sessions because they're quite intensive. Because it's a mixture of weights and cardio in the same session. Now, we've got a full timetable of martial arts fitness as well. So if you wanted to come down, you wanted to do additional sort of fitness sessions, which would be like sort of martial arts based, then you can bolt on extra ones. But they're not quite as demanding as the sessions you'd be doing, the core sessions, if that makes sense. So yeah, you could be with us 7 days a week if you fall in love with the place, for sure.
Right. Okay. And is that like extra money to do extra classes or?
No, it's all part of the challenge. Yeah, there's no smoke on the road or anything like that. So you just pay your dues, and then you can come and train with us as much as you want.
Right. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. So I'll give you a call back about 8 o'clock then. That's okay.
100%. So I reserve your spot now. And so sometimes I ask. Obviously, you can appreciate I've been coaching a long time, and you don't sound like you sound like you're pretty hooked on the idea, which is great. Sometimes, people say, oh, I've left my card in the house and things like that, and it's something that we've not covered, or they just maybe thought they're a bit holding back, and then it just becomes a bit of a game of cat and mouse, whereby, you don't call back, I try calling you, and it just becomes a little bit. Is there anything holding me back now that we can discuss on the call rather than sort of going down that road, or do you feel like you are?
No, I do. It's definitely something I want to do. Yeah, I feel like it will work for me well, so it's definitely something I want to do. I need to move some money around for tomorrow, and I definitely have actually left my card in the house. But I try not to take it to work so I don't spend too much money in the shop.
But yeah, makes sense if you're passionate about horses and there's all the horse trinketry
Bit
around.
dangerous.
Yeah, that's it, especially with a new house. Okay, well I hear you loud and clear. Listen, thanks for being upfront with me. I'll expect a call from you from about 8 o'clock-ish. Sound good?
Right. Yeah, great. I'll speak to you later.
Thanks, Hannah. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.